Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Thursday, July 13th. Before we get into that Stockwatch list though, let's get into the markets a little bit and what moved the markets today. Well, in her testimony, Janet Yellen was a bit dovish, suggested a slowdown in inflation. In testimony on Capitol Hill, Yellen said consumer prices will allow the central bank to keep gradually raising interest rates. Note that word, gradually. But weak inflation would allow the Fed to alter its plans. So that's all the market needed to hear, and it was off to the races, and the Dow was up 123 points, records there. The NASDAQ was up 67, and the S&P was plus 17 for the day. So that was Janet Yellen. And let's see, Apple came out with news today, and they really didn't participate today because Apple reports say running into production problems with new iPhones regarding the fingerprint sensor, and that may delay shipments. So Apple really didn't participate today, so there's some clouds over Apple, but it is still holding that 100 SMA. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at some of the FANG stocks, since I'm looking at Apple. And Facebook had a great day, broke out of that resistance spot. It's up near 160 on Facebook. The next one up is Tesla, hanging in there off of that 100 SMA, but still below the 50 SMA. The next one we have up is Amazon, and it's back above $1,000 a share. And looks like it's going to crack the highs on Amazon. Their Prime day was very good, and so Amazon moving up. Google popped for the day. It's up near resistance now. We'll see if it can get over that 950 level on Google. Netflix, we came up to resistance here at that 160 spot on Netflix. Let's see if we can clear that 160 spot for Netflix. So that's some of the your bigger stocks, your FANG stocks. Priceline making new highs on Priceline, and we spoke about Expedia a couple of videos back, and you see Expedia moving up. So Expedia is probably going to follow Priceline. Keep that one on your radar. It's not on my watch list, but I'm just throwing that in as a freebie on Expedia to follow Priceline. Let's take a look at the IBB, starting to turn back up after the holding the 20 SMA on the IBB. IWM, this one, bit of a shadow here at this 142 level. Did not, break out to new highs yet. We have resistance here at the 142.90 spot, and so-called 143. So keep your eye on that if you can eventually get over this 143 on the IWM, and that's your small caps. IWC, pretty much the same thing, trying to get over this 90 spot on the IWC, the micro caps. Next one up is let's see, what do I have up next? Look at the SPY for you, and the SPY didn't make all-time highs. We're up here at 245 is the level that we're trying to get up over on the SPY. And if you're an SPX watcher, here's your resistance spot on the SPX. The Qs, the leaders, we showed you Amazon and Google, Facebook, and that's back above the 50 SMA. Nice gap up day today on the Qs. But as a intraday player, if you were watching the SPY, you had this big gap up, and then basically sideways, where we did hold above this white dotted line, which is VWAP. Pretty much held above it most of the day on SPY, gapped up, pulled back to the 20, and then it was kind of just up and down for the rest of the day, but closed above the VWAP. So good strength for the markets there. And we'll look at some news that came out after the bell. Amgen second phase 3 study shows Kyprolis regime significantly improves overall survival in patients with relapsed multiple myeloma. EPX was halted, news pending, EPIX, excuse me. Fold came out with an offering, FOLD, and that was a one that had a big run up and now they came out with their offering. I think they're going to price between $12 and $12.40 is a possibility. PQ had information after the bell. Let me scroll through this. LOB Form S3 200 mixed shelf on LOB. ZFGN Form 4 Chief Medical Officer purchased 10,000 shares, 339. And then EPIX news came out. SE Farm announces overnight marketed equity offering, so an offering on EPIX. What else? SAR had earnings after the bell. They beat by 3 cents. Box announces new COO. CIE, and I'll show you this chart after the reaction after the bell. It was up after the bell. CIE, they announced agreement to expand the anchor unit. We had an earthquake in North Korea, and it was not a nuclear. It was not nuclear. It was an actual earthquake, small earthquake. This Russian stuff is still going on with Donald Trump's son. And with Donald Trump, so keep your eye on that if that's going to be, you know, a continuing story. Here's the information on FOLD, FOLD 12 to 1240 range for pricing possible. MNK, FDA grants orphan drug designation for MNK. And one of their products, CCCR, and I'll show you this chart. This one popped in after hours. China Commercial Credit enters into a non-binding letter of intent to acquire Sorghum Investment Holdings Limited, and it was actually up on that. FIG had information out. MNK was up after hours. CPRX Form S3 150 million mixed shelf offering on CPRX. DRWI, that's DreamWorks, and not DreamWorks, DRWI Dragon Wave, excuse me. They reported a 52-cent loss for Q1 earnings per share. And DCTH, trying to get another shareholder vote for a reverse split going forward, and that's on DCTH. For your calendar tomorrow before the bell, you have CBSH, Delta, DAL, SKIS, and that's before the market opens, and then a small little company, CCA, reports after the bell. For Thursday, you have Janet Yellen again. Now this is going to be in front of the Senate. And so she'll be at 10 o'clock speaking again. And let's see, at 8:30, initial jobless claims, 9:45, Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index. 11:30, Fed speak, Charles Evans. Fed speak, Lyle Brainerd, and he's at 1 p.m. What else do we have? Anything else? EIA natural gas report at 10:30. So there's some economic information for you. Let's see, in options activity on the call side, we had AMRN with call activity, BMY call activity, CBI call activity, CLF call activity, CLR call activity, FCX, and I'm just going through these fast. You can kind of read them for yourself. FCX, HBI, HTZ, and that was up today nicely. Merck had some call activity, RCII, Rent-A-Center, and then the XLF. So July 25 on the bid side. On the put side, AZN a couple of times here, Home Depot, TV. On the put side, VIAB, which is Viacom, UAL, XL, Zillow Group. So that's for your put activity. And this is a nifty little thing I get in my email box from Trade Exchange. So go on Twitter and look for Trade Exchange, and you can sign up for this from their stream. They have this up, and you just send them your email, and it gives you a nice market wrap up with some news information. You get some social media, desk chatter. I mean, it's just great stuff. And then here's your options activity. So I'm always trying to, get some information out there for you guys that you can, get on your own. OZRK had earnings Fast had earnings today. MSN had earnings today. And then here's some economic information. As far as the futures go, we're on up 6-7 points on the Dow futures overnight, S&P up 2, NASDAQ up about 5. And a couple of things I wanted to show you. And this KWEB is a Chinese internet ETF. And here's some of the holdings: Alibaba Group, JD, Baidu. So you can see these are some of the top holdings. And the symbol for this is, let me move this over. The symbol for this is K. Oh, did I not add it here? The symbol for that is KWEB. So let me go ahead and show you that chart before I forget. Okay, so KWEB. All right, and this is the internet ETF. And like I said, you know, I'm trying to share different knowledge with you on some of these videos. So take a look, KWEB, and there was the symbol right there, Mike. All right. Then the other ETF I wanted to show you was the marijuana life sciences. Now, I guess this is just for Canadians. I don't know if Americans can get this, but HMMJ.TO. All right, and you see it's been bottoming here at around 825 and starting to turn up, HMMJ, and this is for medical marijuana. And so, you know, I don't know if this thing is going to rip up back up to 1250, but, you know, it's interesting. It's, you know, Canada pot is legal, and HMMJ.TO may start turning up. This is the ETF for medical marijuana life science ETF. All right, so there's a little bit of extra knowledge for you in the video, which I like to do. The next thing I think we should do is go into the Stockwatch list, right? All right, so first one up on the list, and this is by alphabetical order. Now, I just want to explain something. Now, you see 39 stocks. Now, nobody can watch 39 stocks. It's impossible, and I just want to make that clear that I do not watch 39 stocks. But what I do present to you, because, you know, you're basically strangers to me, and I don't know what kind of a trader you are, but I try to find the best charts at different price levels. So if you're, you know, a swing trader that likes to play bigger stocks, you know, then there's those stocks for you too, or a day trader, or, you know, if you like just the small ones. So there's a nice mixture here, and just want to make sure before I get into it, to make sure that I mentioned everything I wanted to. I mentioned Apple, Yellen, and I went through the FANG stocks, and I went through the, did I go through the IBB and the XBI? Let me just do that real fast. IBB, all right, yeah, we said it was holding the 20 and starting to turn back up, so keep your eye on LABU. All right, this is the ETF for LabU 3 times bull, so this might be interesting and back in play. All right, and XBI is the smaller biotech stocks. So these both look really nice to me. I'm starting to break out of some, you know, resistance here. We just got to get up a little bit higher, maybe over that 79 spot on the XBI, LABU. You know, this one, if you can get over the highs today, which is 66.60, so call it 66.75 on LabU. All right, and that's the bullish ETF for the IBB if you want to play this index. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Sorry about that. So AKS, you know, I'm still interested in this. I am still in this full divulgence, I guess. And so we'll see if this one can get going on AKS. So you might want to maybe do a swing trade in this. Watch that 550 level. If you can get back over, you know, the highs today over 635, or you could try it at 625. ARTX, nice breaking out here on ARTX. And, you know, the obvious number here is at 395, looking for that $4 break on ARTX. ASTG, nice pop in ASTG today. And this one is connected with, ATSG is connected with Amazon, and so is AAWW. And you see the nice move this one had. So ATSG. Let's keep our eyes on this one, and the high today was 23.41, so I think over 23.50, you know, it might be worth getting involved. ATVI, I'm just showing you the big pop in this one today, so see if this has any carryover, and we'll look at EA is starting to turn back up, and so you might want to keep your eye on EA. And then the other one in that gaming is TTWO. It already had a nice run in it already. So, you know, but all these gaming stocks were up today. BHVN, looks like it's a biotech stock, IPO, and we're at like this middle of the range. Now, the obvious number here it's having problems with is this 25 level. So maybe 24.85 can get it back over 25. Needs a little bit more volume. Very low in the volume here. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But the chart is setting up if you're interested in that. Box, we mentioned, you know, the new COO after hours. BOX was up around 1885. So this one might be in play tomorrow, BOX. And this CEO is always on Kramer, and he's always talking it up. So keep your eye on a box for tomorrow. BSTG, this one trying to get, you know, if you're under $1 player, trying to get back over 50 cents. Just keep in mind the 200 SMA is over here at around 60 cents. 2.2 million shares traded today. BTE, this is one of those small oil stocks. Small oil stocks have been moving. The high today was $2.40. So let's see if this can, you know, get some continuation. CBAK, CBAK, nice candle today, 155. Volume a little bit light, but it, you know, buying came in late. I mean, this is, you know, it's a lousy 5-minute intraday chart. But if this thing can get going, you know, could be interesting. So watch it maybe over that 160 spot. Let's see what the high here was, 170. So maybe 160 is enough to get it going, or you could wait for that 170 push. CCR, this is the one that had the news after hours, and you see this popping it up to 355. So CCR, definitely one to watch for tomorrow, can make nice moves. CIE, I mentioned the news to you, and that popped all the way up to 305. So we'll keep an eye on this, maybe intraday. If it can take out 295, maybe we get another $3 break on it on CCI. I mean, daily looks like garbage, but it did pop after hours. CRBP, looking for this one, you know, to take out that 715. The only thing is we have the 750 number up above, so that makes me a little hesitant on it. I'd rather wait for it to take out that 750. Not a favorite. CTRL, big pop in this name, came up over 22, and I'm sorry, came up over 23. 16 was the high, and a lot of volume in this, 2.1 million shares. So let's keep our eye on this one. Maybe a red to green intraday play tomorrow. CXRX starting to turn back up. It's had a nice run already, so a little bit, you know, extended. But, you know, stranger things have happened in this market, so one to watch if that's what you like. CYTR, looking for this 70-cent break and under $1 name. 15 million shares traded on the name, but in these small ones, under $1, you know, 15 million shares, you know, doesn't really matter. It's got to perform and get over this 70 cents on CYTR. CYTX, looking for this $1.20 break now. We mentioned this one on the video last night. DF, this is one of these that have been crushed and down a tremendous amount. And so we'll see if this can possibly get a turnaround if you like to play bottoms up. And yesterday I mentioned Kellogg's, kind of the same thing. And then here's your turnaround candle. So we'll see if this Kellogg's wants to move back up. As far as EA, we spoke about that one already. ESEA, this is a shipper, and this popped today, so I don't know if there's going to be a continuation move. Very light volume, not a favorite. HMMJ.TO, you know, I already mentioned this one, so, you know, if you want to maybe invest in that one, keep an eye on it. MNGA, this one's turning up nicely. You know, we had a high today of 141, and the volume's starting to expand. A little bit less volume today. I think it has to clear this 150 to get involved with that one. PBYI, after the, actually setting up, consolidating here. This is the one that had that big run up, the news, then it kind of made this, pullback here, cup, and now here's our handle. So, over 90 bucks. This could get very interesting on PBYI, one to watch. PSTG, nice volume today, 2.4 million shares, and we have this 1350 up above. If it can get over this 1350, you might see a nice continuation move on that name. RCI, looking for it to get back over this 1250 spot, and I told you there was options activity in that name. SENS, nice push, nice candle, 1.2 million shares traded. The high today was 216, so we'll see if we can get a continuation move, or maybe it pulls back to $2, and you can get involved maybe there. SINO, another shipper that was climbing today, almost 400,000 shares. These shippers can be erratic during the day, so but I just figure I'd point that one out to you. SPPI, looking for the 750 break on this name. It's had a big run up, and now it's kind of consolidating on the 20 SMA. I think if it could take out this the 750 spot, this could get going. 1.5 million shares traded. SUNW, nice pop today. The solars were up today. Solars trying to pop. This one over 200,000 shares, so a little bit light in the volume, but if it gets back over the highs today of 193, maybe we'll get the $2 push in SUNW. TCMD, this one, looking for a continuation move. It had a high of 30.54. It's trying to hold this 30 spot on TCMD, so keep your eye on that one. Once again, though, volume 200,000 shares, but if it breaks out, it could get a bunch of volume coming in. TDW, small oil stock, under $1. I'm thinking, if that CIE starts running tomorrow, maybe these other oil stocks will move with it. The 100 SMA on this name is at 91 cents, so I would let it clear that 91 cent, 92 cent spot. 1 million shares traded. TERP, this one is under the 200. You see it had problems here at the 200 SMA. For me, it would have to clear this 200, but watch that 1250 spot on TERP, another solar name. TEUM had the big pop yesterday, and now we had the pullback. I mean, I would like another day of pullback, maybe to $1 for a possible bounce play on TEUM, if you want to keep your eye on that. TTWO, we discussed these gaming stocks and how they're turning back up. WKHS, this one has been down several days in a row, and now it's starting to turn back up. $3 is the natural resistance spot for this WKHS. They make the electric trucks on that name. X, US Steel, I've been watching this one for a few days now, and I'm in the AKS, but I'm not in this one yet. 2330, I'm looking for it to take out that 2330 spot. Maybe even 23 if you want to try it a little bit earlier. It looks like, it's starting to turn back up. So, keep an eye on that. YEXT, this was a recent IPO, and it has a high today of 1339. We closed at 1332, so near the highs. Low volume stock, but if it can get over that high today of the 1340-ish area, or maybe wait for this 1350 to clear. YEXT. I'm not sure if it's going to do it tomorrow or the next couple of days, or maybe not at all, but it doesn't hurt to watch it. ZN, they pushed it up to 7. They bring it all the way back down now to about the 13 EMA 350 area, and they push it back up. It's back above the 10 SMA on my chart here. So this one might be a nice one to trade intraday if oil keeps going. And speaking of oil, let's just take a look. We're still on the USO. We're still messing around with this 50 SMA. If we look at light sweet crude, after that nice bounce up, we came up to the 50 SMA. We pulled back. We're still holding above this 43. So this is where the big battle is right now, this 50 SMA on oil. That number on oil is 46.63. So if we can get over 47 on oil, maybe it'll start turning back up. So that's pretty much it for what I have. Let me just make sure I gave you everything I want to talk about. SQ, nice continuation move. We mentioned this one on the video last night. And PayPal climbing as well on PayPal. They have an app now that you can use on your iPhone for PayPal, or in the iTunes store, I believe it is. So nice move in PayPal. So keep an eye on this one. Over 17 million shares, and you know, trying to break out over this 57 spot on PayPal. DJ30, the Dow Jones 30, right? Coming up to resistance, but at, you know, taking out all-time highs, and you know, probably going to get a continuation move if Yellen stays on the dovish side. So this has been Zozo Stockwatch. Oh, and I just see news coming in right now. ARNA, they prices 150 million offering at $24 a share. So ARNA prices 150 million offering at $24 a share on ARNA. What time is it? It's after 8, so I don't see a reaction. After hours is closed. All right, thank you very much for listening. This has been Zozo Stockwatch, and that's your Stockwatch list and a bunch of other information for July 13th. If you like these videos, and I hope you do, we are a growing channel. Please hit that subscribe button, and let's get me to 1,000 on the subscribers. You can follow me on Twitter, StockTwits, and that's all I got, folks. And I thank you for all your loyalty and support. Let's get me up to 1,000. Retweet these videos. Have a great night.